The world is loud, isn't it? Full of voices. Your family, your friends, the endless scroll of social media, your colleagues, society itself, everyone has an opinion. An opinion about you, your life, your choices. And let's be honest, most men live chained to that approval. They're shackled by the need to be liked, to be accepted, to fit in. But here's the hard truth. If you are constantly seeking validation from others, you will never lead. You will never truly win. Real freedom, the kind of freedom that gives you the power to act, to create, to dominate your own life, only comes when you detach from the need for anyone's approval. It's a trap, this whole game of seeking external validation. It feels safe at first, right? It gives you that little hit of relief, that temporary buzz that whispers, "They like me. I belong." But that feeling is a cage. By seeking it, you are willingly handing over the keys to your life to someone else. Your decisions, your goals, your very happiness. Suddenly, they all depend on the shifting sands of another person's opinion. The man who craves approval sacrifices his own autonomy. He trades his freedom for a fleeting sense of comfort. Think about the difference between external and internal validation. External validation is like a sugar high. Praise feels great, but it's temporary. Criticism, on the other hand, can be crushing. Your entire mood, your sense of self-worth, starts to swing wildly with whatever the world throws at you. It's an emotional roller coaster you can't get off of. Internal validation, however, is permanent. It's forged in the fire of self-respect, built brick by brick with discipline and consistent action. When you learn to trust yourself and your own standards, you simply don't need the applause. You become unshakable. Your foundation is solid rock, not shifting sand. So how do you master this mindset of independence? It starts with a simple, three-step process. Step 1. You have to recognize when you are acting for approval, not for your purpose. Pay attention to that little voice asking, "What will they think?" Step 2. Question it. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's what I truly want, or because I'm chasing their approval? Be brutally honest. And step 3. Choose the path of integrity, not the path of popularity. Every single decision you make for yourself, based on your own principles, compounds your independence. It makes you stronger. Conversely, every act done just to please others dilutes your power. It weakens you. Let's talk about the real cost of being an approval seeker. It's a life of compromise. You end up settling for less than you know you deserve, in your career, in your relationships, in your health. You start to avoid the necessary risks, the ones that truly matter for your growth, because you're afraid of what people might say if you fail. You hide your biggest ambitions because they might intimidate or scare others. And what's the end result of all this? Mediocrity. You might be well liked, sure. People think you're a nice guy, but are you fulfilled? Are you respected? True respect is earned through authenticity, not through being popular. When you finally detach from the need for approval, you discover your true power. Authenticity is magnetic. There's a certain gravity to a person who operates from a place of solid principle, not from a desire to manage perceptions. When you act from that core, people follow you naturally. You don't have to ask for their respect. It's just given to you. You don't need to go searching for validation. It shows up as a natural byproduct of your excellence. You're no longer trying to convince anyone of your worth. Your actions speak for themselves. This leads us to emotional independence. The man who depends on approval is, by definition, emotionally weak. His highs and lows are dictated by praise or criticism from the outside. He's a puppet, and the world is pulling his strings. The independent man, however, masters his own emotional state. He acts with purpose, regardless of whether he receives applause or insults. He knows his mission. His identity is self-contained, solid, and unshaken by the judgments of others. He's the captain of his own ship, navigating by his own compass, not by the changing winds of public opinion. At the end of the day, it's about action over opinion. Opinions are cheap. They don't build empires, they don't climb mountains, they don't change the world. Action does. Action is the only thing that moves the needle. The man who truly wants to build, to grow, and to dominate his field must learn to act first. Approval is secondary. Feedback can be useful, but it's optional. Execution must always come before applause. Remember this: discipline will always beat compliments. Persistence will always beat praise. Your results will be the only validation you ever need. So how do you actually detach? It begins with awareness. Start noticing every time you feel that pull, that craving for someone's approval. Just notice it without judgment. Then reflection. Ask yourself, why do I care so much about this person's opinion? What power do they really have over me? Finally, and most importantly, action. Do what you know must be done, regardless of who approves or disapproves. And then, reinforce this new behavior. Celebrate your internal wins. Track your progress, not your popularity. Each time you consciously detach, your freedom grows. Each time you act independently, your power compounds. This brings us to a core masculine principle: sovereignty. The man who detaches from validation becomes sovereign over his own life. He is the king of his own kingdom. He sets his own rules. He defines his own standards. He pursues his own vision relentlessly. The judgments and opinions of other people no longer dictate his path. They become background noise. This sovereignty is the ultimate strength. It is the ultimate freedom. And it is the foundation of winning at the game of life. Your life is far too short and too valuable to be lived by other people's rules. The moment you start acting for yourself, consistently, boldly, and without apology, is the moment you step into your true power, detached from the need for approval. Learn to trust yourself above all others. Lead with unwavering integrity. The world might criticize you. The world might doubt you. Let them. Because once you've tasted this freedom, you will never be weak again. Approval is a chain. Detachment is freedom. Trust your vision. Act from your purpose. Lead yourself first, and you'll find the world will eventually follow. Thanks for watching. If this message resonated with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on the path to winning. We'll see you in the next one.